Hello everyone, it's your fellow rider lawman coming to you from the sunny beaches of Florida. Since I'm posting this video in the middle of winter, I thought I would do something a little different. This video, unlike my other videos, has nothing to do with motorcycle rides. Instead, I take you to the white sandy beaches of the Florida Panhandle. Last winter in Arkansas, it started raining in September 2018, and it did not stop raining until June of 2019. It was cold, wet, and depressing, so in March of last year, my wife and I loaded up the fifth wheel, and we headed for Florida. We enjoyed beautiful, sunny, warm weather the entire week. We stayed at Perdido Key RV Resort. The spaces were tight, and it was a little pricey, but we were able to stay right on the key, and we were within walking distance of the beach. Other than tight spaces and cost, Perdido Key RV Resort was clean and very nice. They had a pool, laundry room, and a clubhouse. They even had movies you could borrow for free. I would definitely stay there again. The day of our arrival, we got in pretty late, so we didn't have a lot of time to explore. We went to the beach the first night and watched the sun set and listened to the gentle waves of the Gulf lapping on the sand. We saw birds and their younglings, as well as a pelican. I'll let you experience this with us, and I'll be back with you shortly. The second day of our trip, we ventured over to Gulf Shores, Alabama, and visited the historic Fort Morgan. The original site was made of wood and dirt, and it was named Fort Boyer. The fort saw action in the War of 1812. The Americans won the first battle against the British at Fort Boyer. However, after their defeat in the Battle of New Orleans, the British attacked Fort Boyer again, this time winning the battle and seizing the fort. The British victory was short-lived because soon after taking the fort, they received word that the war had already ended. After the War of 1812, the fort was rebuilt using brick and mortar and was renamed Fort Morgan. During the Civil War, Fort Morgan was seized by Alabama volunteers, and then 2 weeks later, it was turned over to the Confederacy. The Confederates repelled several attacks by the U.S. Navy, but was finally lost to the U.S. fleet, commanded by Admiral David Farragut. It was he, during this battle, who was famously quoted as saying, "Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead." During the late 1800s and early 1900s, several batteries containing large guns were added to the fort to provide coastal defenses. The fort eventually closed and is now a tourist attraction. Inside the visitor center, you can see many artifacts from the fort. Beware, some are a little gruesome, such as an exhibit that contains items and even teeth from soldiers who were killed when a gun exploded. The next day we visited the Pensacola Lighthouse, which is located on the Pensacola Naval Air Station. The lighthouse was built in 1859 and the keeper's house was built in 1869. During the Civil War, the Confederacy placed a cannon in the lighthouse and fired on Fort Pickens, which was occupied by the Union across the bay. A battle later ensued and the lighthouse was damaged. Union forces took control and made repairs. Though my wife and I did not witness anything unusual when we were there, the Pensacola Lighthouse is supposedly haunted and has even appeared in an episode of Ghost Hunters. The lighthouse and keeper's house are open for tours, but keep in mind it is on a military base, so leave your guns or any other weapons at home. After touring the lighthouse, we went to Pensacola Beach and went through some of the shops and ate lunch. We then drove through a federal reserve with white sand mounds on either side of the road. It feels like you're driving on another planet. Our final day, we returned to Perdido Key Beach and enjoyed the day laying on the sand and listening to the waves. We then returned to Arkansas for 3 more months of rain. Stay tuned at the end of this video and listen to all the relaxing sounds of the beach.